here from Team Triple Drive. Today I'll be coming to you with a deck profile of my Ezel deck for premium. The deck is very strong. It's ridiculously strong if you high roll, and it got a lot more consistent with Miyaji Academy because we got now two superior ride options. Obviously the curve OG curve starter is still the far superior version, but the Wonder Ezel and Howl is very good. Many times when I didn't have the Bowmain superior ride route, I went down that superior ride and it still did the same thing. And with the Ravenhead Ezel, the deck also gets a lot stronger because you can get 2 exile markers without having to run the original Wonder Ezel, which opens your deck up for so many more options. You don't really need more than 2 or 3 exile markers generally. You will win your very aggro deck. If you are not going to win with that, you're probably not going to win that game at all. And very rarely where the multiple spam of exile markers is actually going to do much. So yeah, I mean, I played this deck quite a lot today. Really fun. I'm still tweaking with a few bits. For example, I decided to put in critical triggers today because I just ran fronts and I realized with Helios you kind of want crits, because if there's no God in Helios with quad drive, you can do some damage, you know. So yeah, for that reason I decided to go and play some crits. Anyway, the list you will be seeing is the list that I'm kind of comfortable with at the moment. It is mainly a standard deck with 1 card change. Yeah, literally 1 card change. Plus the G-Zone. So yeah, it's pretty good. I also suggest a few different tweaks and all that. And let me know what you think of the deck. If you guys have it, if you played against it, let me know what you think. I think the deck is personally a bit ridiculous. But I'm glad I got it because, well, let's put it this way. I was playing Blaster Dark in my Roll Paladin deck, literally just because I knew somebody at our locals had that deck. Now I got the deck, I don't have to play that Blaster Dark, thankfully. I can play more Tarnas, I can play Bobos, but yeah. Anyway, I rambled on long enough for all the intro and then straight to there. Okay, yeah, so for the list, it's pretty similar to the standard deck I play. Literally the main deck, the only difference is the starter. And I'm also kind of playing different trigger lineup at the moment in my standard. But that might change because I realize I do kind of need critical triggers even in the standard deck. But anyway, for the list we play one Curve, however you say his name. The old one, because that's your one superior ride engine. For the 3s we play 4 Ravenheads because it's good. It's actually a really good card. It's an Excel marker. It's potentially on its own a game ender because you rush so much early game that sometimes winning with a crit no sentinels is better than striding. Situations like this have come up. Obviously we play 4 Blonde Ezel because it is also a good card that you can superior ride on. I genuinely find that Blonde Ezel is a better card than Ravenhead in majority of situations because it can extend your combos and you can get much more minimal multi-attacks in, especially with the new support from Miyaji Academy, which is so good. So yeah, that's the 3s. For the, oh no, actually, my bad, 2 Sagrimo. How could I forget about my boy? Sagrimo is really good. It's a draw and call. It extends your combos. You can just get so many attacks off in this deck in 1 turn. It's actually insane. Yeah. I was considering Mark Slash Dragon. However, Mark Slash, while it is really good, it requires you to minus from hand. And this deck, especially the trigger lineup I'm playing now, doesn't get too much hand. So Sagrimo is better in this case because it allows you to potentially live longer through, you know, hand. So yeah, Max Slash is really good, but if I was to go with Mark Slash, I would have to play a lot more drop triggers. For the 2's play for Bowmain, it is still the best Superior Ride engine, because you get to Superior Ride with curve and don't mind a twin drive. But it's not so bad even if you do, because so many times you'll have Ravenhead in your hand and you can Superior Ride into Ravenhead, which is just nuts, especially if your opponent does you 2 damage. Oh my god, you can do so much stuff. It's really unfair. So Bowmain is really good. Then play 4 Wonder Ezel, the new one. So this card, I was debating whether to play the old one or the new one. The old one is really good for multi-Accel circle shit, but you kind of get that anyway now, because you don't need too many Accel circles, you just need a few, and you kind of get that with Ravenhead's anyway, ability anyway, to Superior Ride. So at that point I thought, okay, well, this card extends combos. It's really strong for that reason, so why not? And especially if I'm striding and stuff and I'm getting quad drives, I'm getting more potential targets to call with this in hand, or a bigger chance to get this and continue my combos. Honestly, I've reset my field all with this card, Sagramore, and this next grade 2, whose name is Atheus? Athelos, Jesus, I can't read. So now I need to point out something. A lot of people play Vivian, right? Vivian is a great card in Premium Ezel. I don't think it's a good card in Standard Ezel, but Premium Ezel, it is still a very good card. However, we have some Gize players, and Gize does not like to give you damage. So instead of playing Bobo, which damages me and gives me counter charge and soul charge, which is all good, those are good skills, but I'd rather get multi-attacks and utilize the fact that they get no trigger power and just stomp them in the face. I played against Angel Gize today. If I went first, it went really well for me. If I went second, I couldn't get enough aggression off, and they healed far too much, far too quickly. So where I'm heading with this, I kind of rambled a bit. This card is good because it doesn't require counterblast. So if they damage denying you, you can still continue shenanigans without having counterblast. Especially if you're not striding, like if your opponent, if you just Superior Road and you Superior Road into this, and you want to use its crit ability on top of everything, or you only had 1 counterblast anyway, so you don't really want to use Vivian, but you want the 2 Accel circles, mouthful, or you're utilizing some grade 1's abilities. I just think this is a better card generally. Like, Vivian is good because it doesn't use hand, but this doesn't use counterblast. It's not even about soul anymore, it's just about counterblast. Because if you get your Bowmain curve Superior Ride, you don't really care about soul. You don't have a problem. For the ones play for whatever his name is, Hole. He's really good. The new Hole is so good. The old one was decent. I played 2 of it in pre-Miyaji Academy build of Ezel. But the new one, oh my god, it is really good. He counterblast 1, goes into soul. At the end of the battle that it boosted, you draw a card and you call 1 from hand to rearguard it. So it extends your combos. If you get this as well, you can just do so much. It basically allows you to have the Blonde Ezel on attack ability without having Blonde Ezel as your Vanguard. Or even if you do, it doesn't require for you to stick to the timing of pre-twin drive, you know? Sometimes the cards that you get off your drive checks are the things you want to be calling anyway, so oh my god, this is such a good card, honestly. Then I play for Dindrain. Dindrain is also a very good card. It gives you hand basically for you to be able to use more of your discard abilities like this, or just, you know, call more shit down with Wonder Ezel and all that. It's just good. It's a good card. The counter charge doesn't come in useful too much against Gize. It does sometimes, but apart from that, it's not very relevant. Then I play 2 Haugen.
Haugen. He's alright. See, I've been testing Black Mane Witch today. And Black Mane Witch is also very nice because on Excel Circle, no matter what you call with her, it's going to be decent numbers. So if your opponent hasn't hit damage triggers that turn, you can still be hitting cards out of their hand. This card is good because you kind of get to know your top cards, and even if you don't call them, you at least know them. And if you're playing... A lot of people think that you're not playing crits in this deck, because a lot of Ezel builds don't run crits, they just stick to fronts, which is not necessarily a wrong thing to do, but I decided to play crits, and people no-guard the Vanguard quite often, so he can be a combo extender, but if they see him they might not. It's really weird. I did have a situation where my opponent no-guarded while I had two of them, which was really nice. I will show into this although. If you don't like him, I would say run Black Mane Witch. She's another really good combo extender. Yeah, that's about it out of what I'd probably suggest. You could bump up Gareth, because I only play 2 Gareths. I don't feel the need for more than 2 Gareths. Yeah, it's good. Maybe 3 would be good, just to have more right targets left in your deck when you're doing shit with Bowmains. Maybe take down Dindrain, 2, 3. Because at some point Dindrain does become useless. You stop using her ability for soul and draws that much. So, because often you have better targets to call with things like this. So yeah, I don't know. But this is what I'm running with, and it's been working. I've been playing Black Mane Witch. She's been working really well. So take it how you want it, you know. This is my profile. It's the way I like it. Fucking hell. That sounds very sexual. Play 4 draw triggers. In my standard deck, play 7. Because I feel like the standard deck doesn't get enough hand. But since we're trying to Helios while they're on grade 2, you know what? It's not so bad. Yeah. I don't think 2-2 split is a good idea in this deck. I play that in my Royals, but in this you just want to get the draws and you want to have aggro grade 1s available to you. I play 4 criticals. I wish I could fit in more, but I feel like the rest of the ratio needs to stay as it is. Otherwise I'm running too low numbers of everything. I play 5 front triggers and 3 heals. So yeah, I don't play 4 heals because you are an aggro deck. I considered bumping it, taking it down to 2. But see, I play 2 in my Royal deck, but I feel like the Royal deck has a lot more survival potential. Has a lot less survival potential later in the game anyway than this deck. This deck can survive for a lot longer and potentially win post first, second stride turns. While Royals, if you don't really kill them, you run out of steam really, really fast. So 2 heals is fine for Royals, while here I'm like, I'd rather have more defense and sometimes get a cheeky 6 damage heal, you know. So yeah. G-Zone. For Helios, best stride in the deck. Quad drive. Why not? All it takes is Unite. 2 Ezel, anti-Link Joker, same thing with my Royals. I like having outs to Link Joker. As much as I love the deck itself, it's just, you don't want to be playing against Link Joker's Royals or Golds and not have an out to it. 2 Glorious Reigning. He is good. I barely get to use him. I've used him once and he gave me 3 units on Excel circles, and those 3 units called me more shit, so yeah, he's definitely quite a good card. I still lost because it was Gize and he was, yeah, he healed far too much, I think, that game. But generally you don't get to use him. The game doesn't stall that long because you either win or you lose with the pace of the meta right now. Play 2 Lawkeeper, or Heavenly Law, Gogweed. Yeah, Heavenly Law got Gogweed. never used him. I'm gonna be honest. I get the fact he's good and he can extend your combos a bit, but I don't know. I've never gotten around to saying, oh, you know what? I have that one card in my hand spare. Because usually I'm going for Helios play, and if I want to call more cards during the battle phase, I'll be using him. Because he's so brilliant, and Helios can get you more and more targets with the quad drive. So, yeah. Then play one Ultima, because Ultima is good. And then G-Guards. The only important G-Guardians here, 2 Slamy Flares. I'd play 1 Super G-Guards. I'm missing actually 1 G-Guardian. I would play... what is it called? The Gleam Clone or actual Gleam. The Edition Draw. And maybe 1 Dismal. Maybe. Or... honestly, I'm not even sure. Like, this is a space where you put whatever the hell you want. You can play just the 20k shield one, because sometimes there are guard restricts and you have to guard from extra deck instead from hand. But yeah, it doesn't really come up too often. Especially with playing 3 heals, you kind of just go Slamy Flare most of the time. But this has been the deck profile for my Blonde Ezel Post-Miyaji Academy Premium. I'm going to be doing a standard build, but if you watch this video, I more or less told you what I play in standard instead. Nevertheless, hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see you guys in the next one. It's been TP from Team Triple Drive, signing out.